Joining me now is the Democratic Congresswoman of Kansas, Sharice Davids, not Kansas City, Missouri, but the other side of Kansas, in Kansas. She represents Kansas's 3rd congressional district, which includes most of the Kansas side of Kansas City metropolitan area. Congresswoman Davids has a unique experience with redistricting because in 2022, Republicans gerrymandered Kansas's congressional maps in an attempt to unseat Davids, and she won anyway. So the stuff that Emmanuel Cleaver is talking about is interesting, right? He's saying, and some people in Texas have said, probably is going to go Republicans' way, but there's another danger to this. Talk to me about your story, and welcome back to the show, by the way.
Yeah, it's good to see you. I mean, you gave a pretty good outline already. You know, first of all, voters, I can't believe I have to say this again and again, voters should be choosing their representatives and not the other way around. And the Kansas Republican legislature already did gerrymander the maps a few years ago, like you said. And, you know, the fact that they are taking this unprecedented step to try to do a mid-decade redistricting because Donald Trump knows just how unpopular these extreme policies are. You know, he probably doesn't know the numbers, but 79,000 Kansans are going to lose their health care because of this Republican budget that they just passed. It's outrageous. They know they can't win unless they cheat. This is exactly the kind of political power grab that has turned so many people off to even trusting the government. And you know, the thing I am so angry about is that the Kansas legislature is once again looking at silencing the voice of so many Kansans. It's infuriating.
Let's take a look at what happened to you in 2022. Kansas Republicans attempted to push you out of your seat. You won, as we remind everybody, by double digits. Here's the gerrymandered map. So on the left is the way the 2nd district used to look, and on the right is the 3rd district. There's been reporting that Donald Trump is courting Kansas Republican leaders, as you've just mentioned, in an effort to push gerrymandered maps again. Talk to me about the effect this has on your district.
Yeah, so if I'm glad you put up this map. The fact is that when they gerrymandered the maps a few years ago, they did make a couple of promises. And one of the key promises was that they wouldn't split up Johnson County, which is the core. I don't expect everyone around the country to know where Johnson County is, but Johnson County is the core of the 3rd district. It is this like very close-knit community of cities and towns, and the Kansas Republicans that are looking to split up Johnson County and go directly against the promises that they made, including our state Senate president. He said specifically that they would not split up Johnson County. And now they're doing it because Donald Trump is telling them to. They should be listening to Kansas voters. Their job is to represent Kansans, not do whatever Donald Trump tells them to do. It is outrageous. And again, voters should be choosing their representatives and not the other way around. It's like the most simple concept in our democracy.
But when they gerrymander a district, how do you, as somebody who represented that full district, which now may become 2 districts or 3 districks or be completely shaped, how do you make that argument? How do you make the argument to people who are not your constituents to say they've disenfranchised you?
Yeah. And, you know, one of the things that I think is so important about this is, in addition to voters should be choosing their representatives and not the other way around, is that I have been encouraging folks to reach out to their state electeds, because it certainly seems to me, and I could be wrong, our state Senate president and the other folks who are running for governor and just trying to get Donald Trump's endorsement can answer this question. I'm not sure they've even talked to Kansans about this, because every single person I'm talking to is pissed. People are so angry right now about the idea of being disenfranchised, of losing a representative who actually shows up everywhere I can in the 3rd district, because my job is to represent Kansans. I ran for Congress because I wanted Kansans to have somebody out in D.C. fighting for them. And apparently the Kansas Republican legislators who are looking to do Donald Trump's bidding don't care about what Kansans think.
It's going to be amazing to see how this all plays out. I think this is not a thing that everybody thought about, and now all of us are thinking about it quite a bit. You're the perfect person to have this conversation with. Thank you for being back with us, Democratic Representative of Kansas, Sharice.